Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Senate election prediction videos, where I take a look at the Senate elections going on across America in 2024 and give my thoughts, analysis, and prediction on the races. And today we are looking at the state of New York and a seat currently held by the Democratic Party and incumbent Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. Senator Gillibrand is completing her second full term in the United States Senate. Her 2018 margin of victory was 34%. In 2020, Joe Biden won the state of New York by 23%, and there is no doubt that Vice President Harris will win former President Trump's home state of New York by a considerable margin. New York is one of the most Democratic states in the nation, and there is nothing absolutely at all to indicate that will change in the 2024 election. Both candidates, the Democratic nominee and the Republican nominee, were nominated unopposed by their respective parties. Some states hold a primary and require the candidate to appear on the ballot for the primary, even if they don't have opposition. New York does not do that. If they're unopposed, they are nominated. The two nominees are the Democratic nominee, as I mentioned before, is the incumbent Senator Gillibrand. Senator Gillibrand was appointed to the seat in 2009 upon the resignation of then Senator Hillary Clinton to assume the office of Secretary of State. She was elected to her first full term, and the remainder of the partial term that Hillary Clinton was serving in 2010. She was elected to her first full term in 2012 and was reelected to a second full term in 2018. And she is now trying for her third full term in the Senate. Senator Gillibrand has, prior to that, served in the House from an upstate New York district. And during that time, she compiled a very moderate, blue doggish voting record. But since arriving in the Senate, she has had a very progressive voting record. Very much so voting the constituency. She represented a swing, moderately Democratic district in her time in the House, and she voted that constituency. And since moving to the upper chamber, to the Senate, and representing the whole state, which is very progressive and prefers their candidates and elected officials to pursue a liberal course, she has done the same. Senator Gillibrand ran for president in 2020 during the Democratic primaries, but dropped out early. It was a very unimpressive campaign. She had a very hard time raising cash and making a splash. And she was very active in the Me Too movement, and a lot of Democrats believed that she was responsible for causing the resignation of Senator Al Franken. The Republican nominee is Mike Sapraicone, and I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. If I am not, I apologize. Mr. Sapraicone is a retired New York City police detective. This is his first attempt at elected office, and from what I can find about him, which is not much, there's a little bit on his website and a couple of news clips. He's running an uphill campaign, and this race is not receiving a lot of attention. No one really expects him to win, but he's running on a message of, she's not representing you. That's his message. He's also leaning in to his experience as a police officer. How do I see this race shaping up? New York is a very Democratic state, and Senator Gillibrand has won landslide elections in her last two elections. She has always drawn weak opposition, even in a state that is overwhelmingly Democratic. The Republicans could field better candidates statewide. In 2022, Lee Zeldin ran for governor. He lost, but he made the race more competitive and helped Republicans down ballot gain House seats and secure the House majority. But none of the Republicans that are members of the House delegation are willing to do that for the Senate seat of either Gillibrand or Schumer. So my feeling on this is she's going to have an overwhelming re-election. It'll be a hold for the Democratic Party. That's my belief. Senator Gillibrand will be re-elected to a third term. I'll see you back here tomorrow.